So number one rule is always have a shopping list, okay?
Okay.
If not, you just go crazy, go crazy, go crazy. Do you want to show me what did you get for breakfast?
Okay, for breakfast, I got the...
Maybe we can hop on to your snacks right now. Rachel, do you want to show me what you have in your basket for breakfast? Just next morning cheese breakfast. Just next morning cheese breakfast. Just next morning cheese breakfast. How you chose grape just now. Feel free to ask me each question.
So they eat like maybe 2 or 3 each kid each day.
Wow.
Is it healthy?
Is that the large bananas or the small bananas?
Maybe medium size.
Okay.
It's not really the small one, but it's medium.
Okay. Do your kids run around quite a lot?
Yes.
Okay.
They are very, very active.
Then that's actually fine because bananas are very good for providing energy. Okay, it's a high energy fruit. So if you eat a lot of it, as long as you burn it off, it's fine. And the good thing about bananas is that it's high potassium. So it's high in potassium. So it's a very good mineral for kids. I mean for everyone actually in general. If you have high blood pressure, try to eat bananas. Eat potassium. The potassium will help you lower your blood pressure as well. You give them a lot of bananas because you just want to finish it. That kind of idea.
Yes, correct. Because usually when we buy bananas, they are all in a big bunch.
Exactly.
And not many people actually at home actually eat bananas.
You know what you can do? Peel the bananas, put it in a Ziploc bag, slice it up, and put it in the freezer. You can freeze bananas. And the wonderful thing you can do is make your own homemade ice cream. Okay, slice bananas up, put them in a freezer, in a Ziploc bag, in the freezer, and after that you can blend them.
So they become ice cream.
It becomes creamy, like super healthy, super yummy dessert. You can try that at home. Okay? Yeah. Okay, let's stop here at the bread section. So everyone buys bread, right?
Yes.
So what's the difference between these two? The main difference is the fiber content. Okay, this is made out of wholemeal flour, and this is made out of plain wheat flour that is refined. So this has barely any fiber, and this is high in fiber.
Where is actually being placed? What does the first three mean?
Okay, this actually goes in descending order. So the first ingredient is what's used the most. Okay, so these would be iron, for example, and the most would be whole flour. Okay. Enriched multi-grain bread. Is this a wholemeal bread?
I will check the ingredients. Then if it's on top 3, doesn't seem so.
Yeah, it's not.
Doesn't say wholemeal anywhere.
But the funny thing is, so once I had a client and she came to me, she said, oh my gosh, I found like a healthy bread that I really like, and it's like whole grain and everything. But it says multi-grain. But because of the word grain, people like, ding, you know, that light bulb, switches on, they're like, oh, it's very healthy. But multi-grain is very different from whole grain. Multi-grain means that there are many different types of grain, but it doesn't mean that they have used the whole grain. Like kills off all the bacteria and stuff like that, so that it can be kept for longer. So this is good for people who use lots of milk and can't always go to the supermarket to buy the fresh milk. So the good thing is convenience, that it can be kept for longer, but the taste is different as well.
Yeah.
It has to be salty a little bit. Fresh milk is always a better option. So what is milk solids? Milk solids is actually milk powder, but they put solid, so it doesn't sound that horrible. But essentially, you are buying milk powder that people reconstituted for you.
This one is 100% skim milk.
Yeah, I think that's fine. But also, some brands are quite cheeky. They just put skim milk. But obviously, they must have done something to get the skim milk. Law states that there are certain ingredients that you don't have to include. So maybe they have actually, used some stabilizers. But if you don't have to, if they didn't have to put it down, they won't put it down.
Morning we would get the fresh ones from the market, and then throughout the day we get the chilled ones.
Yeah. Soy milk is actually a very good alternative, especially for Asians who cannot eat the lactose intolerant.
I'm talking about like organic soy milk. Like, is there a benefit for organic?
There's no
You're paying
benefit,
a lot more.
and there's definitely no benefit to your wallet. I want you to read the ingredients list for me.
The ingredients is milk solids, fresh milk, milk calcium, fermented stabilizer and emulsifier, citric stabilizer, vitamin C, fermented flavoring, vitamin E, lactase, don't know this word, calcium D something, and then the rest of it I don't even recognize, vitamin something.
Okay, well that's for life. What were the ingredients list of this packet?
There's only one. Fresh milk, 100% Australian.
And I was like, why is it so sweet? So I actually read the ingredients list, got a shop, called the manufacturers, and they told me that the flavoring is actually vanilla flavoring. I try to always go for, like, always look at the ingredients list basically, and go for those that are just 100% fresh milk.
So we should choose plain yogurt instead of the ones with
You can
fruits.
choose the one with fruits, that's fine, but the thing is, it didn't always have fruits. By reading you the ingredients, it says fresh skim milk, liquid sugar, milk solids, thickeners, fresh cream, and live agriculture. So, yeah, a lot of people think that this is a healthy option, but there's sugar inside. What I suggest you do is buy plain yogurt, buy jam, mix it. Buy plain yogurt, buy some fresh berries, fresh grapes, whatever it is, chopped up apple, and mix it together. Cheaper and better for you. As we went through just now, this is a juice drink.
Yes.
Actually, when it says drink, it's not actually made from 100% fresh juice. Okay, so as we saw just now, there were some flavorings, maybe concentrate, and a bunch of other things, right? So what you want to look out for is, okay, so as you can see, orange juice drink. This is orange juice. Okay, so there's a difference when it says juice and juice drink. So if we look at the ingredients list here, let's see what this is. Orange juice from concentrate, pure squeezed orange juice, orange pulp cells, vitamin C, and sodium benzoate. Things like sodium benzoate is just there to like preserve it from out there. It's just like for technical purposes. But this would be a better option than that. Okay, thing about jam is you kind of state the fact that it's high in sugar. Okay, also because fruit is high in sugar, and the more you cook it, the more sugars are released and things like that. But because the traditional way of making jam is that you have to put a lot of sugar. Okay, so for example, it says prepared with 50 grams of cherries per 100 grams. So for 100 grams of jam,
okay.
you only have 50 grams of cherries. So you can also imagine what else is in it, right? So with this, yes, they add sugar. So ingredients are cherries, white sugar, cane sugar, concentrated lemon juice, gelling agent. For example, you can see here this has no additional sugar. It doesn't mean that there's no sugar. There's sugar from the fruit itself, but they don't add sugar, okay? So ingredients will be black currants, unsweetened grape and date juice, concentrates, and fruit acid.
So baked is okay, right?
Yeah, but be careful of roasted, especially with the local brands, because this is roasted, right? Usually should just be cashew nuts, maybe limit with some salt. But this, they actually roast it with wheat flour, cane sugar, salt, palm oil. So this is why it's very crunchy, and people are like, why is it so crunchy and so yummy? So they don't like raw cashew nuts. Whereas here, these baked cashew nuts, for example, so they also have the healthier choice symbol. Ingredients are just cashew nuts.
Oh, okay.
Both are, cashew nuts, one's baked, one's roasted, pretty much the same in the oven, but one has all these funny little things.
Wanted to hear, from the participants, right, on how, you felt about the session, and whether you think it's going to benefit the way that your families and you look at nutrition. Perhaps what we can do is talk to Ellen first, the Uber Mama.
Yeah. Okay. I've actually learned a lot during this session with Charlotte, and it's very beneficial that I actually learned about the bread, getting the wholemeal bread instead of a white bread. And it's actually very interesting to know that we should be focusing on the first 3 items when most of the ingredients. So my best purchase was this wrap.
Brilliant.
Yes, it's a whole grain wrap, which the first three ingredients actually wheat flour, water, wholemeal flour, which I think is very good for my family because my kids actually love pizza, and they can actually put some tomato sauce on it and some ingredients, and I think they will just love this a lot.
It's versatile. It can be your pizza, your wrap, or like I said, you can wrap with banana and some Nutella in it for a healthier version of the typical Nutella on bread.
So it's really, really very good.
Oh,
You learn so many things. Yeah. So
Really?
hopefully I can change the lifestyle, my lifestyle, as well as my family's lifestyle to more nutritious, to more nutritious, to
Healthier
have
way.
a healthy living, to have
More balanced diet as well.
yes, more
And
balanced
how you
diet.
learned that you can still have your favorite snacks, but healthy alternatives on the other days.
Yes,
Right?
Rachel, I think, right, you are also very typical of a lot of clients of Caregiver Asia, which is, you are a caregiver in your family, you make most of the decisions and all that. Would you share with us a little bit on how you think today's little soiree into the supermarket has helped you?
I think it was very educational, and it's certainly an eye-opener because I consider myself quite a healthy eater, like
Okay.
low salt, low sugar. But that's only on the things that I can see. Like I would have like reduced sugar in tea. Then I ask for less salt in my food and labels with healthier choices, right? But I've never read the ingredients before, and then I guess today one of the most shocking thing was there's milk and there's also milk, right? So there's 100% milk, it's Australian or Japanese from Hokkaido, but there's also milk that has other contents such as flavoring, like you mentioned, vanilla flavoring. So it's a bit shocking, and milk solids. So yeah, definitely gonna pay more attention. And even though I do take wholemeal bread, I've also found that this interesting fact that Ellen mentioned. Obviously, you shared this with us, Charlotte, about looking at the top 3 ingredients. Yeah.
So that applies for everything, definitely. And I really like how now when you guys pick a package, you actually turn it around and you look at the ingredients list. I'm really glad because that's one of the biggest take-home messages I would like you guys to learn from this. Number 1 is always that, don't forget that you're always human, that you are human. And a treat is a treat. So you don't really need to find the healthiest snack that doesn't have any salt or any sugar or any fat, because it's also about feeding your soul, right? You feed your eyes, you feed your soul, aside from feeding your stomach. So you do have to be happy when you eat. But secondly, also to eat mindfully. A lot of us, we eat mindlessly. So we can be having the most healthy or most unhealthy meal, but if you're not mindful about what you're eating, you end up not realizing what you've eaten actually. And that happens when we're on our phones, on watching the TV. So we may have a big bowl of pasta, but after that we feel like, where has it gone? And then you go snack on other things. So to always be mindful about what you're eating. And thirdly, when you go to the supermarket, like I mentioned, it's not just about the pretty packaging or about how much you're paying for it. Value is very important, and that's why you need to look at the ingredients list as well, know what you're actually buying. Okay. Number 4 would always is also that when you do go shopping, do go with a shopping list. Okay, that keeps you on track. So you don't, see like this pretty pack of kettle chips. They actually look so nice. It's like bright orange. I want to buy it. Keep on track. It's always great to try new things. Don't forget that as well. But having a shopping list will keep you focused, basically. And lastly, do try to be a bit more adventurous with food. Like I mentioned just now, with certain snacks, lentil chips, for example, like, that's a vegetable. But do try it. You never know whether or not you'll like it. And it always comes in small changes, okay? You don't have to make a drastic change. Like I said, you guys can still keep the snacks, but it's about how much you eat of it. I really like how Rachel picks snacks that are portioned out, so that really helps in portion control. A very big thing that people actually forget. They can actually eat a whole bag of chips and then, where has that gone, right? So those are my top 5 tips for you.
Okay, thank you very much.